Another day, another story time. Whew. So, taking a walk today because my day started different than it normally does. I usually have like a routine, sorry, let's say pattern, a routine that I follow that helps me to get the most out of my day, to be productive. Even sometimes when my routine is off and I decide that I just want to lay on the couch for a little bit because I'm not in the right headspace to be productive, that's okay. I have those days as well. But today, I slept in. Well, I slept in multiple times. I didn't go to bed till late last night. I think my mind was a bit off. So I couldn't find um, my sleep rhythm to fall asleep. It probably didn't help that I was on my phone I hadn't been on my phone for hours and hours, probably about 6 hours. And so when I did get on my phone, I had all these notifications and whatnot. So it took me a while to catch up, and that probably, kept me from um, falling asleep like I normally do. Or so it was late, probably like 2 a.m. So of course I knew that was going to affect my wake up time. I usually get up and I work out. Already. I haven't even gotten all the way outside yet. But I knew that going to sleep that late was going to affect my wake up time and going to cause everything else to kind of like a domino effect, right? One thing affects the other thing, the other thing, the other thing, the other thing. So, yeah, back to what I was saying, scatterbrain. Um, yeah, today's been an off day, but not like my typical off day where, like I mentioned before, I choose to do nothing. Well, I wanted to be productive today, but I felt like there were things working against me, and not in a negative way. When I say working against me meaning other things that were important, maybe to my body and to my mind, maybe to my spirit or my emotional well-being, was pulling and tugging at me. A couple of days ago, I had an emotional, I wouldn't say an emotional meltdown. Maybe I'll say that. Um, Not a usual, like, well, I don't know. There is no norm for meltdown, right? It's just a meltdown in whatever capacity it affects you. So my emotional meltdown is I can't find logic and reasoning in what I'm doing. I can't find um, the reason behind it or the logic behind what I'm doing. And that frustrates me, and that makes me feel um, incompetent and um, ignorant, and it makes me feel like I just don't know what I'm doing, and I don't know where I am, and I have no place, right? So that was a couple of days ago, and then I've been trying to slowly recover from that because it came from somewhere. And I'm not big on sharing all the details of my life, but it just came from a frustrated situation that brought about another frustrating situation that brought about another frustrating situation, and it just felt like a domino effect. And so my emotions, the logic and reasoning of why this was happening over and over, all affected one big decision. It was overwhelming my mind, trying to find the logic in this situation and the reasoning that I couldn't comprehend in my mind. Why is this happening like this? What is going on? I don't understand, right? So, a compiling, frustrated situation from different situations, all relating to one, caused me to have an emotional meltdown. And since then, the next day I had a better day, more productive, kind of an epiphany about the things that I wanted to do and the things that I should be doing. So maybe the positive side of that emotional meltdown is that it cleared space for me to be able to figure some things out that maybe I had been ignoring or not recognizing from the buildup of the emotions that I had. So that helped. That was the next day. And then today, that was yesterday. And yesterday was productive. I felt good. I completely I completely exhausted myself yesterday. Just pushed myself to all kind of limits and boundaries. One of the things I did to try to stay out of the funk I had the day before was I went out early and I sat at a cafe just to be outside and outdoors and have people around. Not necessarily people I was interacting with, but just in general, people being around. And that helped. So I was sat out at a cafe, at a local cafe shop for about 4 or 5 hours. And that was good for me, right? I was able to be productive. I had a little tea, had some tea, had a little snack, worked on my laptop, smiled at some people, took a stretch break, stood outside, lots, right? And so that helped yesterday. And then I went home, took a little meal break, ate something because I hadn't had anything since I got to the cafe, a couple hours. And then I decided the rest of my day I was going to do some other hard work, buckle down, focus, and do some hard work. So that was my day yesterday. I was just giving you a little backstory before I got into my message today, and I'm been babbling, and maybe I need to talk out loud so it can help to put things into context when I do share them. So fast forward to today. Last night, stayed on my phone too late because I did that hard work, put my phone away, didn't talk to anybody. I worked till almost midnight. That probably didn't help my sleep pattern either. I usually try to do a hard stop of work about 8 or 8:30, but I didn't. And so I kept going because I felt like I was in the zone. And I looked up and it was 10:50. So by the time I stopped doing what I was doing, it was 11:15, 11:30 before I got off my computer. Then did my nighttime routine in my home. And by the time I went back to look at my phone, of course, I had tons and tons of notifications. So sitting down on the couch, laying down on the couch, going through my phone, I looked up. It was almost 2 a.m. And I'm still scrolling and responding to people, to things, and didn't crawl in the bed till late. And hence my day today. So my alarm goes off this morning. Sorry. Oh, I'm a little too close to this bird's nest. And there was at least 20 birds that keep jumping. Let me see if I can show you. You probably can't see, but these little birds keep jumping out. Let's see. Out of the tree into the, oh, yep, there they go. I guess when I was walking too close, more of them did it, and it just kind of freaked me out a little bit. Anyway, okay, sorry, just a distraction. So my alarm went off this morning, and I didn't get up, right? Because I didn't feel like I got enough sleep, and I exhausted my brain and my capacities last night, the night before, that I knew in order to be productive today, which is what I wanted to do, I needed more sleep. So I stayed in the bed. I didn't move. The alarm went off. Well, my alarm's not next to my bed with intention. so that I can get up out of the bed. Because if you allow me to, I will sleep and sleep and sleep and sleep. It's one of my favorite things to do in life is to sleep, because it shuts everything off, at least for a little while. Oh, there's a bunny. My attention. Um, and that's always the best part of my day, is this, when everything gets shut down and off in my mind, and I can focus and enjoy the rest that comes from sleeping. So, I made it all the way around the park. So I got up, turned the alarm off. The alarm is in the living room, and I can hear it from there. So, not in the living room, like way, way on the other side of my room in my dresser, near the living room. And so I got up, turned the alarm off, and I lay back down in the bed, and I knew I needed more sleep. So I went back to sleep till like 10:30, somewhere in there, 10:30. And then I woke up at 10:30 because my phone was bzz, 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 right? I was like, oh boy. I didn't turn it on. I try to keep my volume off because the noise interrupts my sleep. And I love to sleep. So I heard the buzzing from the phone going off on the dresser. And so, let me slow down. I'm walking so fast. I got up again out of the bed to go get the phone, and my body felt like, we're still not ready to get up. We need more of the sleep thing. That's what we need. And so I grabbed my phone, walked over back to my bed, tried to look at a couple of things on my phone to respond, knocked back out. Never happened, right? Woke up at 12. Domino effect. Here's that domino effect that I mentioned at the beginning of my video, that it delayed the rest of my day. So I got up about 12 o'clock, just shortly after 12. 12:06, 12:08, I don't know, somewhere in there. And I got up, did my morning stuff, and I usually go to the gym. I did not go to the gym. I didn't feel strong enough to go to the gym, meaning like my body felt weak. So I didn't want to go to the gym. I was like, oh, maybe I'll just go walk on the treadmill. That I can get a good treadmill walk. I didn't end up doing that either. So I tried to stay on my feet as long as possible. Sometimes, when we get up out of our bed in relaxing state, our bodies want us to sit back down. My body really wanted to sit down on the couch, but I knew that was kind of dangerous for me because I would go back to sleep, or at least fall into that pattern of not wanting to do anything. So I stayed on my feet. I think I decided, I'm going to go this way. Let's do a couple of loads of laundry, or start laundry, so that we don't have so much laundry to do in the next couple of days, just in case we have people over. So I did all of that, and then I decided and resolved to, I'm just going to get to work. At this point, I haven't changed my clothes to go to the gym. I decided that I can't sit on the couch and do nothing. So my next option is just jump right into work. Just start working, and then you'll get going. But again, I didn't feel, I don't know, I still feel in the slumps, I guess. I don't know if that's the best word. That's the word I came up with right now. But I feel still in the slumps from my emotions and exhausting myself yesterday. I don't know if that was the best way to deal with having a bad day the day before, was to just overwork myself yesterday. But I did go out of the house, and that was a pleasant thing to do. But going back in the house, and that's where the emotional meltdown, I think, just kind of triggered me still in that mode. So I think being in the house kind of kept me in that zone. Mind you, I work from home mostly. I didn't. This is a newfound thing that I work a lot from home now, or around my home. So sorry, I feel like I'm walking so fast, trying to catch my breath. Um, so I still felt off from the day before. I wasn't focusing on the situation, but I knew that I hadn't found a resolve for the situation. And so today I'm walking, right? It's almost dark. So I try to wait till close to that time. So at least I could have gotten some kind of physical exertion today, because I know I need it. On this journey my transitional journey, transition to something different, transition into the new, better version of myself. That's what transition I'm talking about. On this journey, it's been hard. It's been very hard, difficult, facing things, figuring things out, listening to what I'm supposed to listen to and paying attention to, the things on my heart and the things that I need to pay attention to that I've probably neglected for a long period of time. Has been a lot, right? And so I'm in the depths of it. So I think a lot of frustration and, again, growth and the development of the new me and all of that stuff kind of gets tangled up in there. And it's an emotional, mental roller coaster. And so I said all that to say that sometimes we have expectations of ourselves, what we should do, how we should do it, the way it should happen, how it's going to happen, right? All of those expectations of, or maybe it's just me, I don't want to speak for everyone, but I have expectations of myself. I am not very emotional. I am. I'm not saying that in a negative way. Emotional when it comes to letting little things get to me. Sometimes I shrug things off like, yeah, it'll be all right. It'll be all right. And that's just who I am. I don't like things to poke at me, because when they poke at me, then it's causing an irritation. And when I get irritated, frustration follows. Frustration follows with anger. And my anger is one that can rage out of control if I get there. So I don't let my anger get the best of me. And I choose to let things go that I know can trigger my anger or can trigger those other emotions that cause you to be angry, frustration, irritability, right? So those things trigger my anger, and so I allow things to roll off my shoulders. But yeah, so those expectations of myself, I'm finding that cause the buildup of my emotions. And it's because I expect myself to be able to handle things better sometimes. And I'm allowed to not always be in control of that, right? And I want to share this with you and to share what it is that I initially wanted to say, was that it's okay to not have it all together. It's okay to let your guard down. It's okay to experience new emotions. It's okay to want to sit in that. It's okay to be disappointed in yourself. It's okay to want more, want better. It's okay to not have more and have better. It's okay to not be the best version of yourself all the time. It's okay to be unhappy sometimes. It's okay. Whatever it is, I'm discovering that with everything that's going on in life and in the world, it's okay. It's going to be okay because everything's not meant to stay the same. Life isn't meant to stay the same. You're not meant to stay the same. Society is not meant to stay the same, right? Things change. Um, we're in a different time, and um, being a teacher has shown me that, you know, times need to change, right? Because we're still dealing with certain things that we're used to when it comes to education and the way things should be taught or are taught. Um, that's not who these kids are, right? The way that we used to do things doesn't necessarily work for the new generation of kids that we are serving. And that's a frustration that I have, which is why I've chosen to take the path that I've taken out of that so that I can change because I'm meant to, right? And to push past the uncomfortable changes that I've experienced in these last few weeks, months, and it's okay. The conclusiveness of what I'm trying to say is that um, it's okay. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, however you feel, it's okay. It's going to be okay. It has to be okay. It's supposed to be okay. And it's supposed to not be okay sometimes. And then you find and do what you need to do for it to be okay and for things to change and be better and be whatever you need them to be. Everyone experiences different events, um, situations in life, and there is no standard to how it should be or what it should be. There should be no standard. There is a societal standard, but when you're actually like in the situation and you're going through things, like how do you compare? Where's the measurement of this is where I'm supposed to be at this juncture in my life, and this is I'm supposed to experience this level of emotion and this level of mental stress and this level. There's no scale for that. There should be no scale for that because everybody experiences all those different aspects in their own way, and even with myself, I've discovered that I have set this standard for what I should and shouldn't be doing, how I should or shouldn't react, right? And how I should or shouldn't be. And I think when I tip that scale is when the outpour of all these other things come out because I'm putting a cap on what it is that life should be for me. And there should be no cap. There should be no cap to what it is that you can do, experience, endure. Um, there should be no cap on that. You're allowed to experience all those things at whatever level or whatever volume that you're capable of or that you can, so that on the other side of it, it's okay for you. I just wanted to share that without oversharing too much of the same thing repeatedly, that it's going to be okay. So my day today, after the domino effect of my late sleeping, working late, eating late, all of those things have left me all over the place today, not feeling the way that I think I should feel and the expectation that I should be doing things or um, things should be done a certain way in a certain time frame according to my own standards or my own expectations for myself. I have to find, or I have to come to the conclusion that it's okay to be where I am today and to be in what I'm in today, so that I can adjust, grow, develop, whatever, for the next part of my being, of my existence. So that's what I wanted to say when I started this walk, is that today was an off day, difficult day, not a difficult day, an off day, an uncertain day. I'm getting things done, but not at the rate that I want or at the pace that I want, or not how I thought I should have conquered today. But I'm okay. And even if I'm not okay, I'll be okay. I don't feel 100% okay, and that's okay, because I will. I just have to keep going and give myself the okay to be okay. Yeah. I'm going to stop there. Have a great day. Whatever that means for you. Have the best day.